Hey guys, how's it going? We're back, obviously, and this week's topic is kind of more serious, and it's not our usual like fun, happy-go-lucky video. So, I guess let's jump right into it. Obviously, we get letters from you guys, and we're very appreciative of what you write, and furthermore, what you send. Although we tend to lose a lot of like thank you receipts. Apologies. But this week we got a letter that I kind of took to heart, and I am only sharing it because I feel like there is a lot to be gained from it, and that a lot of people feel like this. So I'll read it to you guys and then kind of talk about it. So, hi, my name is blank, and I was going to ask you not to put this on YouTube, please, and maybe mail me a letter back. I was wondering did you know that you were gay? It's very hard for me to think about, and I don't want it to be true, but I'm not sure. So can you offer any help? So firstly, I apologize that we did put it out here, but I think that a ton of people feel this way. I felt this way when I went through it.
I felt this way for like 10 years.
Yeah. But I'm putting it out here because not only do we have our opinions on this answer, but I'm hoping that everyone who watches this will just leave a comment, if you would, and kind of write your thoughts to this person. Like, every one of us has gone through this period where you feel like, man, could this be me? And I hope it's not true. And like for me, it took a good 3 years to accept that it was true and start acting on it. And I know it took him quite a while, but I would really like it if everyone who watched it kind of just left a little blurb on what you think. How did you know? B, how did you handle knowing? And kind of just give this guy some encouragement, because it's really tough to be in this situation. And to be honest, we were all there at some point. So I'm kind of glad there's resources now, and there's all you guys out there, and you can say something probably more profound than we can. But to answer the questions, how did you know? If you have to ask the question, you probably already know.
Yeah. I don't think straight people really have to answer that question to themselves.
No, it's not something you think about unless it pertains to you. So I'm sorry to tell it to you, but it's likely what's going on.
And it's possible that they might be bi or pansexual or some other member of the community, but you probably are some member of the community if you're having these questions.
And I think at least being gay, like, you can hide it as long as you want until you're ready to come out for most of us, but it's not really a life that you want to lead. So I would sit there and think about what you want to do. As someone who just came out, like Carson can attest that life's not really that fun if you're putting on a mask all the time. And I figured that out a while ago and switched everything up, and I lost a lot of people, a lot of friends, some family, but I'm much happier now. It's just like a huge weight that fell off. And I can't tell you how you know. That's on you. Like, you know if you're really asking this question. But there's a lot of resources out there to help you. There's a lot of people that have gone through it before you. And it really breaks my heart to see you say, I hope it's not true. I think Carson said this the other day, we're probably the last generation of hate that exists locally, like in America, I would say.
Here's hoping to that.
Hopefully. Most young people, wherever we go, holding hands, they don't look twice.
Yeah. Yeah, they won't say anything.
No, they won't say anything, and we've never had anyone say anything to us, and
I think there will always be that pocket of hatred, in the same way there's still that pocket of hatred of racism.
Anything that doesn't fit the majority is sometimes hated. If it's a minority ethnicity, if it's an orientation, if it's a disability, like, you're gonna stick out a little bit if you're not the norm. Yeah. But I think that we're moving in a direction as a country and like as a species where we're kind of embracing diversity now, and you really shouldn't be as afraid of it. I don't know your situation, but life was better for me after I came out and cast aside all the people that had a problem with it. So it really does hurt to see you say, I hope I'm not. But to be honest, we were all there once. I prayed it away. I was offered to be sent to a conversion camp. You know, and it's kind of, you just have to accept that you have value in who you are, even with being gay, so that you can accept yourself and start to move on. Like, you can't let this, you probably live in fear every day that someone's going to find out what you're hiding, or that you're not going to be happy because you can't find someone to love because it has to be a secret. And that's really not the way it is anymore. If you don't like your situation where you're at, you can change it. You know, once you're independent of whatever's holding you back, you can go someplace where you can be yourself. And there's places like this that are open. You know, maybe the South isn't the best place, but there's plenty of places in America where nobody cares. You can be yourself, you can love who you want, and you can do what you want. So that's kind of my rant on it. I apologize that we shared this, but I feel like it needed to be said, and I truthfully hope that a lot of you guys will comment and give your thoughts on this, because we don't know everything, and we just felt the need to say something. So
yeah, I will agree. But before you come out, the biggest fear that like runs your life is what happens if I come out and people find out? Like, what happens if my family finds out? What happens if my friends find out? And that fear consumes you, and it really is such a negative impact on your life. And if once you get past the point where you can overcome that hurdle and conquer that fear and get to the point where everyone in your life does know, it completely opens up the world to you, and it allows you to live an entirely different life than the one you were living before. And I would say my life has changed dramatically since before I came out, and mostly in positive ways. So it is really scary, and I totally get why people don't want it to be the case, because it does change your life. I mean,
nobody wants to be different.
Yeah.
Or the outcast person.
But I don't think it needs to be seen as something that's a negative change. For sure.
I think now, like, as in my adult self, I'm happy that, not that this happened to me per se, but like, I found my voice. I learned to speak up for myself. I learned not to be walked on. You know, I embrace this, and I'm really happy that we met, and I'm happy that we live together and we have a life together. And if I could pick another, like, I don't know, like a soul to be with, it would be someone like him. And I never would have found that if I didn't come out. And I don't know, if someone has a problem with that, I really don't care. Like, just go on about your life and don't be in mine. So
yeah,
I don't know. If I could do it all again, I'd probably be right here. But it takes a while to get to that point, I would say.
It does.
Like a long time. But is that all we have to say?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
So yeah, guys, please say something in the comments. Give this person some encouragement, and hopefully the next video will be a little more lighthearted. So we love you guys, and this is why we started this channel, is to have some serious content. So I hope that you guys take something away from this, and I hope you have a good night.
Love you guys. Have a good one.